Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to Social Skills 101. Today we are going to talk about how to respond to teasing and bullying. The first thing that you need to ask yourself about teasing and bullying is about the situation. Is it really teasing or bullying? Some situations are accidental. For example, somebody might run into you and accidentally hurt you. That's not bullying, that's an accident. And sometimes when people are teasing, it might be friendly. So you really have to be careful and try to decide whether it's bullying or not. After you decide if the situation is teasing or bullying, then you must think of several ways to respond to it. I have about 4 of them right here. The first one is sometimes you can ignore it. When you're ignoring people and they say stuff to you, and they don't get a reaction from you, sometimes they'll walk away. And that's fine. The next thing that you can do is walk away from the people who are teasing you. Walking away gets you out of the situation. But there's 2 things you have to think of when you're walking away. First, is the other place you're walking away to, is it allowed to walk away there? You need to obey the rules. And secondly, is the place you walking away to more dangerous? You don't want to go into a dangerous situation. The third thing that you can do with bullying is sometimes you can tell them to stop. There has to be a certain voice that you use when you're trying to get someone to tell them to stop bullying you or teasing you. First of all, you mustn't be too angry. If you're angry, you're playing right into the person's hands. They want to make you angry. And secondly, you must not cry or sound like that you're begging. Do it in a firm, strong voice. That makes the greatest impact. Now, if nothing else seems to work, get help. In getting help, try to get an adult you trust, like a teacher or a counselor.
That's what I was afraid of.
Leave it. Okay. Like a teacher or a counselor. If you are trying to get someone to help you, please listen to what the person has to say. Listen carefully. If one person doesn't help you, then try to get another one. And finally, the most important thing of all, try to avoid negative thoughts that'll make it worse. For example, don't think that you're a loser just because somebody teases you. Don't think that you'll never be able to make any friends again. Try to think positive thoughts, even though it's hard. You don't want to make your feelings worse. Now what we're going to do is go through a few situations. First, we're going to do, what do you think? I will tell you a situation and you will tell me what you think. You know something? These kids were mean to me today. Someday I'll get back at them. I'll be mean to them and bully them. Then they'll be sorry. What do you think? Is this the right way to react? Here is a situation about what you should do. Jeremy's at summer camp. Some kids go up to him and play tag. Jeremy doesn't like to be touched at all. One of the kids touches him and says, "Jeremy, you're it." What should Jeremy do? Is this bullying? Is this teasing? Here's another what to do situation. Debbie usually gets teased by kids, but some girls walk up to her with a cell phone. They say, "Hey, Debbie, this really cute boy, Fred, really likes you and wants to date you. He's on the phone right now. Here, why don't you talk to him?" What should Debbie do? And finally, we're going to have a few situations about what about you? Ask each person in the room to tell a person to stop bullying. Look at the tone of their voice. Is it right? Well, that's all there is today, students. Thank you very much for attending this class today. I hope that you learned how to handle teasing and bullying. Please remember there are 4 ways. Number 1, you can ignore the person. Number 2, walk away. Just make sure it isn't to a dangerous or a place you're not allowed to go. Number 3, tell the person to stop in a firm voice. And number 4, if all else fails, get an adult to help you. Remember, you don't have to take bullying or teasing alone. Thank you and have a nice day.